joining us here today for this hearing?
No.
Okay, fantastic. Then I see we also have Mr. Rashad.
Hey, David. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Matt.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I think you all are familiar with the process here, but I need to read through our hearing script that will cover procedure, and then we'll get started. So this is the January 8th, 2025 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. The case today is case number ZH20240152. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. If we did have anyone here from the public, they'd have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. I'll hear from the zoning department and Mr. Lashide to provide any testimony in addition to his staff report. In the event that any party testifies in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony and then make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. Okay, just need to get everyone sworn in and then we can start. So if you can just raise your right hand. I need you to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. All right. I'll turn it over to ABC to go ahead and tell me about the project.
Okay. And so I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So US Bank, as you can see here, would like 2 building signs, sign number 2 here, and then sign number 3 here. The building sign back here is not allowed within code, but we are requesting that it is allowed for this property because you can see here, there is an entrance, parking. Most of everything happens around the back. This is street facing and so is this, but as you can see here, the frontage, this is the main entrance, but this property uses the back as the main entrance. So we are requesting that a sign goes there. Signage for that face is here. Should be under square feet or within the square footage allowed, even though it's not allowed on that fascia. And that is what we are here to request.
Okay. So it's just the sign in the rear, the one wall sign in the rear above a rear entrance. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And okay, never mind. I just figured out what I was going to ask. All right. Anything else you wanted to add about the project or why you think I should approve this?
I just want to add the note, it's already been mentioned, but again, there is that direct drive entrance as well as majority of the parking towards that end of the building. So it makes more sense to have a sign back there so it's easily identifiable.
Okay. And how large did you say the sign was?
It's just under 17 square feet.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to say before I turn it over to Matt?
I think that covers us.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Matt, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, generally I agree. They're requesting a locational variance and technically a dimensional variance to allow a sign on the rear elevation. The building was built in the 60s, well before the zoning code, and it was built with a primary entrance facing the back. So it's just kind of an unusual condition. Actually, when I looked at it at first with the applicant, I thought that they were asking about there's another door that faces the street, and I thought they were asking about that door. I didn't even realize there was an entrance in the back, and maybe signage would have helped me. So definitely an unusual condition there. And also, I looked around on Street View, and it's kind of at the edge of town. I think it's Green Township, and There are lots of other properties in the immediate vicinity that have signs on faces that are not abutting the street. So it's a substantial property right enjoyed by others in the immediate vicinity. And I think there's an unusual hardship in that the building is, you know, a little bit older and it was built with a front door in the back. So for those reasons, it complies with 1445-15 standards for variances. Staff recommends approval.
Okay, great. Turning back over to ABC, anything you want to say in response to his comments or closing or otherwise?
I don't believe so. Just the addition that, yes, there is a hardship there because that is a rear entryway and there is no current signage. Like he mentioned, you know, maybe he would have been able to find it better if there was a sign there. So for all intents and purposes, it sounds like that would really help the majority of the community if there was a sign there.
Okay. All right, great. I think we can leave it at that. I've reviewed the application materials and the staff report. Based on that, and based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I do agree that it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this particular application. And so I'm going to approve the requested relief. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll do everything I can to get that to you as quickly as possible. As soon as I finish it, I'll put it into a PDF and I'll email it to everybody here in the hearing. Once Matt has that, he can approve the zoning permitting on his end and you all can take the next steps. Any questions about that?
Wonderful.
No
Thank you so
questions.
much.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Great. Yeah, no problem. Good luck with the project. And I guess I'll see everyone back here at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank